Howdy, folks. George Foreman GRL here, but most just call me Georgie. Welcome to the very first video in our series of vlogs where I'm going to be taking you through my journey into the world of streaming and content creation. I'm still very green. This is week 6 for me live streaming, and this is the first piece of YouTube content that I'm going to be publishing. And what's really exciting about this is I'm going to be releasing these episodes every week. And over the course of the next few years, what I can't wait to see is how much the learnings change and how much I grow as a creator. Starting in this humble little apartment office here with a headset for a microphone. I've got a ring light, but I can't wear my glasses, so I honestly can't see what I'm doing right now because the ring light shines super bright. So that's super awkward. My setup doesn't look super exciting right now. And so not only will I be sharing with you my experiences as I embark on this awesome journey, but we'll get to see that evolution, what that looks like from ground zero through to hopefully in the next few years, where I'm a successful streamer and content creator. So, in the first episode of the series, I'm going to be chatting to you about what's keeping me up at night. And at the moment, the number one thing keeping me up at night is PC performance and how I go about improving performance and where I should allocate resources. So, um, the problem I've been experiencing in game once I started streaming and have been putting additional pressure on my gaming rig is um, not really sure. I haven't identified yet if it's FPS drops or what's going on, but we can see that my CPU has been running at 100% once I'm in game and streaming. There are quite a few changes that we made. It was actually really cool. We were on live stream one day. I think there was like about 15 or so people rallying behind me, all like trying to diagnose and troubleshoot what the heck was going on in game and what changes we could make to stream settings, to in-game settings. Um, we did make quite some significant progress there. So um, what was happening was I'd be in game and it felt like when I was moving, like I was running through mud. Things felt slow and delayed. Um, so like I felt like I was aiming at someone and shooting, and these are shots that I've been able to get before. But I was like, when they actually finally landed and responded, the characters, the heroes that I was versing were not there, and that was really frustrating. I was getting super tilted. It sucked for the stream viewers because they could tell I was getting frustrating, but everyone came together and we made a heap of changes. So we reduced, I had all of my video graphics up basically to max, so that really wasn't helping anything. So we reduced all of the different settings in Apex Legends to sort of reduce the trouble there, and then we started looking at performance and what was happening in game. And so what we could see was when I was in game and playing, my CPU was at 100% consistently, so it never fluctuated below 100%. So we could see very clearly that it was a CPU problem because the GPU was only sitting at like 50-60% capacity. So we switched like the stream recording settings from the software one um, to the NVENC option, so that we're using the graphics card to do the streaming power. Honestly, I don't know what any of this stuff means. I'm just trusting the people around me and that they know what they're doing. So that did help a lot. The biggest point of difference, and we also like capped my FPS and stuff like that. So if you're interested in the specific settings that we changed and used, let me know. I'm in the comments below and I can let you know. I sort of don't want to get into the depths and the weeds of that stuff right now. But um, so the biggest killer, and this absolutely blew my mind, is if you're feeling like your CPU is overclocking or it's running at full capacity and you've sort of tried everything else, if you're using Chrome, that could be it. Because once we stopped using Chrome, once I pulled Chrome out of the mix and switched to Edge just for streaming so I could still listen to music while playing, um, we were able to get the CPU down from 100% to about a solid 70 to 80% consistently. So that's helped a lot. So I can now stream and play on my gaming rig um, better than what I could before without impacting my gameplay too much. But and here's the dilemma that I'm facing right now, and dilemma is probably um, an over dramatized way to explain it. But things just don't feel smooth. I'm still not feeling like I'm hitting the shots, and I'm not as responsive as I could be. And so now I'm sort of left trying to figure out, well, I've got a finite amount of resources that I can spend to improve streaming. This is week 5, so I need to be realistic. There's a lot of things we can do. So my husband, who is amazing, and is super um, fluent in computers and building computers and stuff like that, is going to help me work out like where the bottleneck is, specifically, and then we'll work out like whether we sort of want to look at upgrading my computer hardware. So the options that I've got in front of me to help solve this problem, and there's quite a few, and I don't know right now which is the right one. So we can upgrade CPU and see whether that's going to improve gameplay for me, so that I feel less sluggish and I can be more responsive. We could, if need be, look at upgrading the GPU, so getting a new graphics card, and maybe that will improve things. The question is how much. We're talking about nearly $1,400-$1,500 Aussie to get that sorted, and then like what else could I be doing for the stream with those resources? So um, starting out, I'm using a headset mic, which, is great for communicating, but it's not the best for creating content like what I'm doing now. I don't like that I'm wearing a headset on stream. I don't think that the quality of the mic is that great. I'm using a really simple Logitech webcam, which is great. But again, when I look at some of the pro streamers, they're using like full DSLR cameras and they're about $400. So should I put that money into that? What about lighting? Um, I'm stuck in a very boring white room. It's not the best for a green screen. And if I do use a green screen, then all you're looking at is like a silhouette of me in game. And I don't know if that's what you guys want. So yeah, I could be spending that money on really cool lighting. Like Harris Heller has these really cool light sticks on his walls, and it gives like this amazing two-tone color. Like, should I do that? Put up fairy lights or, you know, LED lights. Like, there's a lot of different options that we could do to make the visual aspects of the stream more appealing to the viewers. I guess that's sort of where I'm at. Like, what is the right decision here? Should I improve gameplay for myself? I've also reduced stream quality, which is another thing I didn't touch on. So instead of streaming now at 1080p, I'm currently streaming at 720. I don't know how much of an impact that's had on the stream viewers and whether that's something that matters to you. So, if I do upgrade my computer, then I can um, increase the quality. Another option, so instead of upgrading my actual gaming rig, I could leave my gaming rig as it is and then introduce a streaming PC. That introduces some other complexities, like having to have like 2 keyboards, and maybe there's workarounds for that. But then now I've got like 2 computers to manage. How much of an impact would having a streaming PC make on my current rig and current gameplay? Like, there's a lot of variables here. It's a lot of money to sort of throw into the mix and sort of not really be certain what the outcome is. So that's what's honestly keeping me up at night right now. Where do I go? What's the right decision? Where's the balance? And that kind of brings me to a bit of a call to arms to those of you who watch streams. It doesn't have to be mine, though. You should totally come and check it out. I'll include the links below a little bit later. Um, when you're participating in a stream, what are things that draw you in and what keeps you there? There's obviously the engagement that you get from the streamer themselves. So that's really important to me in making sure that I'm super engaged with my community throughout the streams. That will always be sort of a priority. But if we sort of table that for a moment, um, what are the other things that you find engaging and interesting about streams, and what's most important to you? So would you go for the better gameplay options and upgrade, CPU or GPU or maybe both, and that improves gameplay for me, the streamer, but also would enable me to then have a higher quality output of stream? So is that important to you? Would you prefer a higher quality mic? Like, is it painful listening to me? um, what about the webcam? Is the webcam high enough quality for you? Is the surroundings too boring? Is that what the most important thing is to those viewing a stream? And like, I'm a bit stuck. I really need your guidance. So thanks so much for listening to my ramble. I'll be posting updates, as I mentioned, on a weekly basis. So if you thought that this is interesting and you're curious to know where I land or what's keeping me up next week and what the next topic is, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. In relation to my questions on what you think I should do next, comment down below. Thanks so much for watching my first video. I'm Georgie. Bye for now.